Another episode, Full Court with CP. I got a special guest out of Fort Mill, one of my favorite guys, Jacobi Wright.
Appreciate you having me.
Why'd you choose South Carolina? I was watching you, and I told my guy at camp, I was like, yo, this dude right here is chilling, but yo, he got a strap. Like, he got a strap, bro. It was like the first or second play of the game. I don't know I think it was Sin said something to you. I think it was one of the guys, Sin or Tyler, T. Rice. Somebody said something to you, man. He shot the ball from, it was probably like 3 steps from behind the three-point line.
Yeah.
And you told him, he was like,
I don't even remember that. That's the crazy part, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. That's how I was like, yo, this dude the real deal. Proud to be partnering with Underdog Sports, my favorite place to play fantasy games. You got to check out Pick'em. It is so easy to play. Just pick 2 to 8 stats of your favorite player and choose whether they'll go higher or lower. You can go 20 times your money by going 5 for 5. Sounds like fun? Sign up with promo code COURT, C-O-U-R-T, to claim your free pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. I can't wait to see your interest. We're here another episode, Full Court with CP. I got a special guest from up the way, out of Fort Mill.
Yes, sir.
Definitely one of my favorite guys, Jacobi Wright, man. I definitely appreciate you stopping by, champ.
Appreciate you having me.
Definitely a pleasure, man. Definitely a pleasure. I always start out my episodes with, why'd you choose South Carolina?
Home state school, so I got to rep my home state across my chest.
Yeah.
I felt like I could play at this level in the SEC, so that just kind of showed my confidence. And at the time, I had a different coaching staff, but they made a really good relationship with me and my family. So all that combined, it made me pick South Carolina.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But winding a little bit back to high school. Started out at York.
Yep.
Who's your coach at York?
Coach Frank Hammett.
That is right. That is right. Yeah. And then that was 2 years. 2 years at York?
8th and 9th grade.
Oh, 8th and 9th grade at York. All right. And then you finished at Legacy.
Yep. I went to Fort Mill High School for my 10th grade year, and then 11th and 12th was Legacy. Fort
Mill for a year?
1 year, yeah.
1 year. Okay. And then Legacy. I know you from Legacy.
Yeah.
That's where, I started to know who, Jacobi Wright was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My introduction to Jacobi Wright was it was fast. It was definitely fast. We were in the auxiliary gym at a Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
Yeah, I was at Ridgeview.
We played Ridgeview there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for real. And bro, I just remember in warm-ups, I always watch the other team, what's going on, see how they, moving around, seeing which players do what, And I was watching you, and I told my guy at camp, I was like, yo, this dude right here is chilling, but yo, he got a strap. Like, he got a strap, bro. And it was like the first or second play of the game. I don't know I think it was Sin said something to you. I think it was one of the guys, Sin or Tyler, T. Rice. Somebody said something to you, man. He shot the ball from, it was probably like 3 steps from behind the three-point line. Yeah. And you told him, he was like,
I don't even remember that. That's the crazy part, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. That's how I was like, yo, this dude the real deal.
Yes, sir.
And after that, it was like a quick 12, bro. He was frying. You was frying, bro. Yes, I'm telling you, dog, you were frying, man. Do you remember anything about Chick-fil-A Classic that year? Because the Chick-fil-A that year was crazy, I think.
I believe that was my 11th grade year.
Yep, that was your junior year.
And I think we our first game we lost to my guy Fears. They La Lumiere. We lost to them the first game, and then we ended up playing Ridgeview that second game. So I remember that tournament a little bit.
Yeah,
I remember we won the Ridgeview game.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was a pretty good tournament. It was a lot of good teams in there, a lot of good players in there.
There was some pros in there. There's a lot of pros in there.
NBA players in there. Yeah,
yeah, there was a lot of pros, man. It was probably one of the best ones I've been to. But that was my intro to meeting Jacobi Wright. I was like, yo,
that's what's up.
This dude right here, legit right here.
That's crazy because, like, one thing I was always taught was you never know who watching. So it's crazy you seen, like, warm-ups and all that. Like, That's what's up.
Yeah, I always watch the little things, bro. That's me, man. I always pay attention to detail, and I know who can play and who can't play. And I told one of the other assistants, I was like, "Yo, this dude right here can go, bro."
Yes,
and it was fast, boy. I think Sin said something to you, man, and you was like, "All right," and you just went off for like a quick 12, bro. And it was fast. I'm talking about super fast. By the time I looked up, we were down.
We was killing that game. We had the big lead first half. I think I remember.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Y'all couldn't miss. You couldn't miss.
We played real good.
Yeah, y'all were playing solid.
That's an in-state game too, so we was probably a little jacked up to play that one, knowing there was another team from South Carolina too.
For sure. Well, fast forward to college. Your freshman year. Your welcome to the SEC moment. What was that? What was that like? What was your SEC? Okay. I
would probably say, if I had to pick like a bad moment for myself, I don't know if it's bad you could say, but we had Auburn at home. I think I got my shot blocked like 2 or 3 times. They had Walker Kessler. He got my shot one time. So Dylan Caldwell, he got me one time off a jump shot, I remember. So I was just like, man, these boys, the size, the height, the athleticism, that was kind of like, okay, this is real. Like, you really got to learn how to play against athletic people, athletic bigs. This footers jumping with crazy verticals. So that was probably my moment, one of them at least. That year.
That's what's up. What was your, okay, I can play in the SEC moment? Like, all right, I can play with these dudes now, man. Like,
If I'm being honest, I probably didn't have one my freshman year.
Yeah. Like, when was the moment? Like,
my second year, I had some big games that year. I got a lot of opportunity to play that year, much more than I did my first year. So I said I had a stretch. I think it was LSU, Alabama, like the second half of SEC my second year, when I was really I really got confidence and was like, I belong.
Word.
Yeah, like I was out there the first half of the year, still learning, still building, but that second half, I was like, I started to get it.
Yeah, just hooping. It's the SEC is tough. You know what I'm saying? That's why you wanted to play. In the SEC, and those moments. You always remember those moments. Like, all right, I got my tail bust, but I grew from that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Who was a guy in the SEC when you arrived and you was like, oh man, this dude right here gonna be a tough matchup?
Early on in college?
Yeah. Because all of the teams pretty tough.
Everybody got
But I'm
somebody.
talking about like, all right, I gotta give me a little rest tonight.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna pick a few different ones. Like my first year, the toughest guy I had to guard was Iverson Molinar, probably. I don't know if you know him from Mississippi State, but he had good pace.
Yeah.
Everything went through him, so it was like he coming at you. He was a good one. Later on in my career, Dalton Knecht is one. He can go.
Yeah.
He gave us a lot of points, so I was like,
there.
We got to be ready for him. Mark Sears is one of them. He can go. He real crafty. He go to Bama.
What about
this guy we about to play next? He can go too. Little Josh Hubbard.
Yeah,
he got some game to him too. He aggressive. It's so many in the SEC.
What about the guy? It's 2 in Florida.
In Florida,
Walter.
Yeah, he got a strap too.
Oh my God,
he caught me one time last year. Like, it was a play I didn't think he was gonna shoot. He shot it quick.
He shot it.
He got a strap too.
Yeah, I was there that game.
Walter Clayton.
Yeah, Walter Clayton. Yeah,
he can go.
He can.
Man, there's so many people
that just get after it. The SEC's tough, man.
Of course, Kentucky got a bunch of pros every year. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Zakai Ziegler, you gotta be ready to guard him, and he gonna guard you full court. So man, it's so many though. But them just a few names.
Yeah,
for sure. Off the top of my head.
Toughest guy guarding you, like you said, a guy like Ziegler. He gonna pick you up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Who's a guy that's make you? I ain't gonna say he's checking you or whatever, but you gotta be on top of your game every time.
I'll put him first.
Yeah,
just off the fact that. One, he guarding you full court. A lot of guys are not guard. Like, a lot of guys will guard you, but they just there just to turn you twice. He come to get it.
Yeah,
like, he trying to get the steals. And I would just say that 2 teams, Mississippi State and Texas A&M, they real aggressive on defense. Like you can't go out there and play with the ball.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they got a certain guy, but them teams that
long, lanky squads,
athletic, trying to speed you up. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, the Mississippi States and Texas A&M's.
Tennessee
it was a little
too.
bit different when I was in school, man. The defensive teams in the SEC, Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got that. I'm talking about everybody. The entire team picked you up. Like as soon as the ball went through the net, like everybody was next to a person.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was Ole Miss was extremely hard to play.
Yeah.
Ole Miss. That was probably my toughest team.
They kind of getting back to that with Chris Beard being back.
Yeah.
They kind of getting back to that.
Yeah, my guy Murphy's down there coaching with them. Shout out my dude Murphy Holloway, man. Murphy went to Carolina too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's down there coaching with them, man. But yeah, Ole Miss was definitely tough. I hated going down there. Worst place to play in the SEC, you think?
Auburn. The jungle.
Yeah.
Auburn is the toughest place to play, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Being here 4 years.
Yeah.
I haven't won there.
Really?
We're not going back this year, so I won't get the chance to. But and it's not even the biggest gym. It's just
I know.
they all close on you, which make it tough. And they crowd really into it too. So and they're usually good. That makes the crowd even more.
My last Auburn story is dope too. They were at the top too. I think they were in top 15 country. No, they probably top 20. I want to say at the time they had probably #1 shot blocker in the country. I got a steal for a layup at the buzzer.
Yeah,
and kept running through the tunnel. Yeah, bro. I got up out of there, man. We trapped straight over half court. Me and my PG slapped it up right over the top of his head.
Yeah,
right-handed layup. I'm left-handed. 2 dribbles, right-handed layup.
Got out of there.
Got up out of there, bro. At the buzzer, dog. Crazy game,
tough.
man. That was a crazy game, bro. That was probably one of my favorite. I always liked playing Auburn because I knew they was coming. They always had a mob at all times, and of course, right now it's different.
They killing it right now.
They killing it right now. They playing some really good basketball. Fast forward a little bit. I know you saying, changing staffs or whatever, playing for LP.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Watching him, how he operates, my coaching style is different. I've never had a coach like LP, I promise. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know too many people that are like LP, that are coaches. Mm-hmm. That's what makes him unique. How is it playing for him?
I would say playing for Coach Paris, it's different for me as well. Like growing up, I had a lot more, I don't want to say aggressive, but a lot of my coaches were more amped up, more like a Frank Martin. Jeff McGinnis coached me back in the day. So my coaches were a little more energetic than I would say he is.
Yeah.
I don't want to say he's not, but
he
a lot more laid back.
His energy is different.
Yeah, he got a different energy. But I will say, like, when it comes to being prepared for the game, creating plays or what offense we're going to run going into the game, like just making adjustments to how other teams play, he probably one of the best coaches I had. And, like, his coaching style is just, like, you don't have to be, like, we in the SEC, you don't have to be the most athletic guys to play for him. I'm not the most athletic guy. But if you got skill, if you got toughness, if you want it, he can put you in the right position to succeed. So, like, he's probably one of the best things that's happened for me as a player, just because I can play in the most athletic conference and succeed and thrive in this conference. So, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. The way, like you say, I ain't gonna say he's not aggressive, but how he interacts with players and he gets the best out of players in a different way, through how he communicates. I haven't seen him yell much. Right. You know what I'm saying? But his biggest thing I know one time, and I take that with me, he says, wow. He said, wow, one time. It was just like, wow. And Michi did something. I don't know what it was. He just kept saying, wow. And then and I was like, oh, that kind of hurt his feelings, I think. You know what I'm saying? It's like he pushes buttons, I think, a little bit different for players. It's cool, man. I like it. And I think you guys vibe with him.
Right.
You know?
It's just like you said, he know his players, I feel like. Certain players respond to certain things differently. So I think once he learned you, he kind of know how to go about that. And yeah, he not gonna do much. Like most of the time, if you mess up, he like shocks him. Yeah. Then like he don't really get mad. He just be like you said, wow, like he be wondering what you doing instead of like just snapping. So that's just a difference with him. But you know when he mad, he have his moments. You do certain things, he'll get mad.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you know that. You know how to get on his skin a little bit. Well, that's dope, man. Learning players learning coaches, man. Going back to last year, you guys went on a really good run, really good season. Talk about that. Talk about that season last year and, the preparation up to, like, you guys just, catching fire.
Man, we had a heck of a team last year. Not many people thought we would turn out how we did. I don't know if even our team thought we would be as good as we ended up being, but our team chemistry was just on another level. We bought in. I think that team did a crazy job of buying into what Coach wanted, and then we just, honestly, we kept it simple, but what was working for us, we just did that and did all the little things that we needed to do to win, and we ended up making the tournament. That was a goal of everybody at the beginning of the year, a dream of mine since a little kid. Everybody wanted to play growing up, watching the tournament and everything, so that was crazy for me to make it to the tournament and experience that, and like my family got to go. It was crazy. So yeah, it was just, that team was special. We ended up winning a lot of big games, and I think the first moment we knew we would be good is when we beat Virginia Tech early, and then when we won that tournament in Arizona. I think after that we was like, we can do something, and then we just caught stride in the SEC too. So it was crazy. It was a crazy year.
It was a vibe, man. It was definitely a vibe. Go back to just the experience in the NCAA. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people will never experience that. You know what I mean? Just you walking out of the tunnel for practice. Yeah. That's where, you know what I'm saying? That's where you like, whoa, this is crazy right here, bro.
Even before that, like, when we got to the hotel,
that
you
part.
See, well, first you get off the bus and it's people lined up trying to get signatures. You walk in the hotel, they playing music. Like, your band might be there playing music. It's signs everywhere. Like, it's a bunch of snacks and everything lined up for you. It's crazy. Like, it's just all the little stuff. And then you get gear drops, like March Madness gear that you only get if you make it. And like you said, when I walked out to the court for that first shoot-around practice and I seen the court say March Madness, I just had to, like, sit there and embrace it all. Like, it was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Then the game is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Once you get to that. But
the practice, because a lot of people, and because I like to talk about the practices and all of that stuff, because that's where the experiences happen. Like, you have to sit there and, like, really soak that in, because it's 50, 100 cameras everywhere. It's lights flashing here, you know. And then, because it definitely looks different during game time because a lot of spots are dark or whatever. Yeah. But, dog, when you walk out there for a game, talk about that. Talk about that moment when it's like, all right, we about to walk out this tunnel.
Yeah, so if I remember right, it was a game before ours. So we was just in the back. And, like, with the March Madness, it's a lot more to it, like, before the game. Like, you can't leave your locker room to a certain time. You got to wait for certain teams to go here and there.
Yeah. Everything is timed.
Everything is set up. So once we went out there, it was crazy. I don't even know how to explain that, like, that feeling for real, bro. Because I grew up wanting to do that. So going out there, like, it's a crowd of different people from everywhere. It's multiple fan bases watching you. Every school band go. It's just like, you know you somewhere when you get there. I can say that. And just like for me, my family got to go. Like,
talk about that. Talk about you having stay focused for one. You know what I'm saying? With everything else going around, and probably 5-6 tickets on top of that for family members or whatever. How was it? Leading up to the game and practices and all that, with dealing with family and I know it was a ton of text messages, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mostly throughout my year, I let my mom handle my tickets. Like if I got somebody I know I want to go to the game, I'll let her know like I'm gonna send a ticket to this person. But usually I got my same mom, pops, little sister that you can count them in every game.
For sure.
So we just try to rotate other people in, and if we don't got enough, they just have to like buy a ticket. But for that, only those 4 came. So we was playing in Pittsburgh, by the way. So I don't got a lot of family up there. Yeah. But I only had to worry about them for that game. So I was chilling. But yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. Like once the game, to answer your other question, to stay focused, like you got to embrace everything. But when it's time to go, you gotta push everything else to somewhere else. Yeah. Just lock in for the game and the task at hand. So.
For sure. How was the experience for the family though? I know they got to experience a couple of things. I know they couldn't do as much as you did, but how was that experience for them?
Yeah, they just got to travel to somewhere they'd never been before. Yeah. In Pittsburgh. They liked the city and everything, and then I think it was just like a good moment for us to know that like a lot of work had paid off. It wasn't like at the end of the day it is another game, but it's somewhere that they hadn't been. They'd have been to a few different places in the SEC a few times, been to all them gyms, but they ain't never been in a March Madness environment either. So it was so cool for them to be there. And before the game, I sent them a text just like thanking them for everything. Like,
for sure,
I appreciate y'all. Like, this is one of my goals of mine. I wouldn't have made it here without y'all. So I think that was just a good family moment for me.
Yeah,
just being able to send them that. Shout out to them.
Yeah, that supporting staff, that supporting cast is always dope, man. And, that extra motivation.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure. That's one of my biggest motivations, my family, so.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. Fast forward now, to this year. 10-3 right now. Headed into conference. Mindset going in. What's yours?
My mindset, the one thing I want to tell my team is I want to get out to a good start. Last year, we won it might have been Mississippi State, I'm not sure, but we won our first SEC game. And just getting that under your belt is a good way to start, a good confidence builder. Because you never know, like, winning, the difference of one game was us winning or losing the conference last year. We came in second. Winning one of these games, we didn't. Could have changed that. So just let them know that every game matters, and we want to get off to a good start early so we can keep using that momentum, because we got a tough early schedule coming up. So
who we got at Mississippi State?
We got 2 home games. We got Bama and Auburn after that. So them teams is at the top. Yeah, Bama and Auburn every year, so we got to come with it. And Auburn really good right now too, so them would be huge if we can get them early on.
For sure. The preparation, for this, the non-conference schedule. We lost 3.
Yeah.
But we bounced back and been winning consistently ever since. What do you think the keys are to us, being successful?
With this team, our keys is doing like the little things. Like, it took us a minute to understand the importance of boxing out. Just taking care of the ball, like, let's just get a shot up every time down the court. We generate good shots, but if we turn it over or stuff like that, that's hurting us. So we just had to figure out some of those little things that, every play matter. To play it with 18 minutes left in the first half is just important as when the game coming down and the clock running out. So I think we're doing a better job of learning that. Court spacing and just moving the ball was a struggle for us at first. We was kind of stagnant on offense, so we starting to learn that and do a better job at that and spreading the wealth. So I think that's the biggest thing, and then just locking down on defense. If we can hold teams to 60 and under, we got a good chance to at least give ourselves a chance to win the game, But those are a few things I would say. Defense is huge too. So
yeah, for sure. I think last year I saw, and it's one of the things I do as well. One of my favorite defenses. You guys got in that 1-3-1 last year.
Yeah, that's a killer.
Yeah,
we ain't really pulled that out too much this year, but it's coming.
I know it is, man. It's like a little secret weapon. Yeah, man. I seen him do that a few times, man. What was the key to that?
Yeah, I don't want to give away too much sauce, but the activity of it, and it's a little like where we trying to force them to go. It's just the key is to make them indecisive. So one person catches the ball, they think they can drive, there's somebody right there.
Yeah.
By the time you thinking about something else, you got to pass it, and
he
thinking about shooting it. By that time, the clock runs down, and we just got to get the rebound. So just making the other team indecisive and maybe throwing something out there that they didn't prepare for. You know, if they're not prepared for it, if they ain't got no sets for it, then I feel like most teams work against 2 threes.
Yeah.
So the 1-3-1 is kind of different.
Yeah.
In that, and then if we
Same
active,
thing.
we got some length, like Zach up top.
Yeah.
We got good length, and Nick down there, down low, Colin in the middle. So it's tough to score against that if you just run into a wall every time, you know. So they just making them take shots that they don't really want to take, rush shots, and that's kind of the key to it.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I'm a fan of the 1-3-1 as well. You know, watching y'all play, it kind of, you know, I kind of try to get our guys to emulate, you know, a lot of stuff you guys do. Watching you play, shooting the ball, I think you shoot the ball really well. Could be better, of course,
right.
as
For
always.
Sure. Always can get better.
Something you think you need to work on to get better? Free throw.
I've been struggling from the free throw line.
Man, bro, what's going on? Hey.
Yeah,
bro,
we can keep it real on here.
Like, we're going to keep it a buck. Like, what's going
sure.
on with the free throws?
Man, let's just say this now. I feel like I'm usually a reliable guy.
Yeah.
So when I went up there.
I do too.
When I went up there that Clemson game and I smoked them too, I was like, man,
my God.
Not me.
What we was doing?
I don't know, man. And I ain't gonna lie, when I shot them, it ain't even feel good coming out my hand that game.
Yeah.
Maybe it was pressure or whatnot, but I'm usually good in those situations. So I feel like I really let my team down in that situation. So it won't happen again, though. I'll make sure I'm gonna knock them down next time for sure.
Nah, I know you good, man. You good for them. That's what's up. Well, with you know, teammates like Colin and, you know, a guy like him and Nick and Zach, you know, how do you know, you've been around more than those guys. How do you help the heroes and the cams and, you know, the guys like the younger guys, you know, in the program, you know?
Yeah.
What is your, you know, your thing for those guys? What are you doing to help those guys along?
To begin, like, the first step of helping them was helping them learn our system, helping them learn what Coach Paris want, how they want practice to go, like just the little things, showing them around, just being a leader, showing them in the weight room, like the intensity you want to work with. And, you know, we got a good young group of guys. They want to get better and listen. So it's really not hard with them. I just try to give them anything I done learned throughout these 4 years that they may want to know, or if I see them mess something up, just give them some game that I can just help them with, man. I just want to help them be as good as they can be.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, the weight room, strength coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guy, Scott.
Yeah. Shout out to Scott, man. Scott, I stopped lifting weights with Scott, man, when I probably around my 3rd or 4th year before I retired. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Man.
I don't need to be this big, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for you guys with Scott, is I think you have to be, because I watch you, and like I said, I seen you in high school and I see you now.
Yeah, big difference.
Huge difference, bro.
I think I came into college at 170-ish. So now I'm like,
you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Sure?
Maybe 168, 170, but yeah, I was a little guy coming in.
Yeah.
But now I'm at like 188 as of today, 189. So
yeah,
that's about almost 20 pounds since I came in.
Yeah.
Muscle. So Scott a killer, man. And any guy that's came through to play at South Carolina, we still tell Scott stories. We still like, man, Scott a killer, man.
Yeah, give us a Scott story, man. Give us one of. Okay,
Man,
give us two. I know you got
two.
a couple. Give us
man.
two.
What you want, like a funny story or like a
one each?
All right, man. I ain't gonna say the player name, but
it's fine.
We was in we was doing conditioning one year, and we got treadmills in our weight room. So the treadmills, it's about 3 treadmills, and there's a TV in front of all of them. So we had a player. He was so tired that he headbutted or kind of punched the TV in front of him. Off just being tired, just did it. And then he got off the treadmill, walked away to like where the turf is, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man, I thought Scott was gonna do something to him that day. He was walking behind him, like fist balled up, like I thought Scott was gonna do something to that boy that day, man.
He was that tired. He hit one of the TVs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then, man, Scott, he do a lot of funny stuff, man. One thing people intimidated by Scott that don't know him.
Yeah.
They just see him, they be scared of him, but man, he jokey, man.
Yeah.
He make a lot of jokes. He make so many jokes. So
give us a funny one. Give us a funny story.
A funny story. Okay, I got one with Coach Parrish' team. So one thing we do with Coach Parrish, like sometimes we do like free throw stuff at the end of practice. So sometimes they'll bet like if everybody on the team go up here and knock down a free throw, the coaches got to run. Or sometimes we'll do something funny like if we make our free throws, pick a coach to shoot a free throw, and y'all, if he make it, you don't got to run.
Yeah.
Right, so this kind of a 2-part story. Boom, so one day the coaches had to run, so nobody even worried about Coach Parrish, everybody looking at Scott to see how he run. He running so stiff, like he can't even move for real, so that was hilarious. And then the other one is, we had to pick a coach to make the free throw, and everybody picked Scott just so we could see how he shoots.
Just to see his shot.
That man formed so bad, man.
Oh, man.
I hate talking bad on my dog. He shot shot straight forward. He airballed like twice, and then he made the third one. But it was just funny to see him do that. He be wanting to make it too. Like he airballed, he asking for the ball back. Let me see that again. I need to get one more up. So that's a funny one.
That's funny, man. Scott, man. A lot of people don't know Scott, man. Strength and conditioning for the guys, man.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. He's one of my favorite coaches ever. People on the coaching staff, Scott. I'd probably talk to him for a lifetime. So
yeah, that's dope, man. Building relationships like that, man. In college, that's where you build most of them, though.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. Well, man, I definitely appreciate you stopping by, brother.
Man, appreciate you having me. I could do this all day.
Yeah, I know this is dope, man. I wish we could, man. I know you got to get ready for Mississippi State. We ain't gonna hold you too long. Thank you for stopping by.
Appreciate you, man.
Man, it's another episode, Full Court with CP. We out.